Hey everybody, welcome back to the Quest for Future Creativity here from Copenhagen Rig Studio or office or what. This is an amazing day because today something really special is going to happen. Something I've been waiting for 7 years, because now I actually have a piece of paper that says that I'm allowed to show Bionicle sketches to the fan community and everybody else. So doing this video finally after 7 years of waiting, doing, the Turaga Beach files and trying to sort of get all these ideas to the community. Finally, I'm allowed to do it. I have it official on a piece of paper. So here we go, the unboxing of Bionicle. And today we're gonna look at what could have been Bionicle in 2015. So let's open it up and see what could have been when Bionicle returned. Reveal! And we start out with one of my favorites, which was amazing because Bionicle tattoos, which was a big hit back in the days, and putting these on your shoulder and so on. So this also shows that Bionicle was quite a big thing, that you could actually get all this merchandise produced, but we can get into that in another episode, I guess, because now it's about what could have been. And looking at this box, I guess the first sketch you see here is actually the Vetruvian man as a robot, which is one of the iconic pictures that has been. For me, it was sort of what encapsulated Bionicle, because you had this new being, a robot, which was shaped like a human being, but it had to sort of find its own feet and become a creature and get a mythology and get a purpose in life and so on. And okay, back in 15, I remember that it was almost like a shock when we realized that Bionicle was coming back. So it was like, okay, it was a dream come true, and it was like, oh no, how do we do this? Because now we knew everything that should have been done in another way back in 2001, and everything we would love to do, and the internet was suddenly there. We could communicate in totally new ways, but at the same time, it was like, okay, we have all this stuff, we need to package in a new way, and what about all the new fans that don't know Bionicle? How do we market that? So this drawing sort of exemplifies it. We have this blender, and we have unique and vision and comic and movies and epic and edgy and all these things, and we want to mix that into a perfect cocktail for the new market. Okay. Just so you know, this is really chaotic. There's a lot of sketches, and they don't come in chronologic order. So I'm just gonna sort of go through them and see if I can catch any red thread or storyline, so you actually can make sense of what these drawings are. But all this is part of what was in my mind when we sort of got this news that Bionicle was coming back in 2015. So here we have actually the stone map of the island, and as you can see, there's a little tower here. So this was really a big thing, because how do we reintroduce the island in a new, exciting way? Everybody knows it from the old days, and then you have the new fans. So how do we take this map into the epicness again? And of course, we have the temple, we have the beach, and we have these name tags from the heroes. So that's what this page is about. Okay, this this may look a bit sort of modern and so on, but as you can see here, this is basically the mask of time. And constantly when we were talking about going back to Bionicle, in my mind was, how can we keep the original feel of the story, but actually make it new, and what would make that possible? And one of my favorite movie movies being Back to the Future, I'm thinking, we have all these amazing masks. What if one of the masks was almost the forbidden mask? Because one of the masks, and actually the first mask ever produced, was the Mask of Time. And it was a half mask. So if you put those two masks together, and we never saw the other side, so if you took those two and put them together, you would actually be able to travel. And what if this actually happened with one of the bad guys? What would they do? So Bionicle, Mask of Time, could that be the new thing? One mask to rule them all. And of course, there's lots of masks, but the time travel mask has always been almost like, is that good or is that bad? So I'm gonna turn this, because this is also some of the thoughts we had. Mask of Time and the ultimate mask, which could be cool that you were searching for that. And then, of course, the mask icon. And we were playing around with the bee, and I can see here different logo types. What could that eventually be? And these are different layouts from the idea phase teaser, maybe a teaser. I hope something new is coming. Oh, that's a cool one. This is actually a small storyboard for how can we sort of introduce 2015. And I was constantly thinking about, it is time to sort of bring back Bionicle. What if the is became the 15? If you sort of use that letter, the letters in is, in the word is, to become the 15, then you can make that iconic. And IS is also actually the line, and the curve, which is also a really sort of biological thing. It's the current. And I think there must have been some downtime in the meeting, because there are some jazz monsters down here. Maybe it's been Jazz Festival in Copenhagen, I don't know. But it came up here. Okay, this is really cool. This is the coastline. And of course, we wanted them to, when you had Toa coming back to the island, or maybe this one using the Mask of Time, what would they come back and experience? And this coastline is maybe the same as Matoranes, but you have some really dark clouds on the horizon. And the whole idea was, what if the heroes came back, or actually came the first time, and you are back in time, but you as an audience know what has happened before. The heroes don't know it, but when you look at the beach and when you look at the island, it's like, this is not how it's supposed to be. And actually that was some of the storyline I was thinking about, because what if somebody went back and prepared Matoranes for the arrival of the Toa? And then you would be the only one knowing what it actually was like before. So this is a key visual test. We would have these two sides really clearly cut up, and Matoranes in the middle. So we have the bad side and the good side, and of course Tahu would be surfing. But this time the stakes were really high. Let's see. Oh, this is promotional idea. Could you imagine a Canister drifting ashore on a real beach somewhere, and having that as some kind of event? Okay, this is funny, because there was new packaging for 2015, and this is these square angles, which I think this was the first drawing we did. I did, and with sort of a funny hero on top. Well, there's some more packaging here, some more ideas. I'm gonna run through fast. Oh, there's an old package idea from the Fantoga. Oh, if you put them together, they could become a flying vehicle. So that's another cool idea. More sketches of how to use the mask in a new and old way. Oh, and now we get to the key visual. That's quite amazing. I'm gonna run through the sketches, because there's a certain sketch I hope will be here. Let's see. More ideas for the campaign. Oh, Yes, perfect. Haha. This is great. This is a small storyboard, because what could be the biggest sort of threat to the heroes arriving on this strange, well-known island, but also totally unknown island. And the Matoranes, who were sort of the helpers and so the small people on the island, what if they had already been captured and put inside a cage or a cave inside these round cages, and maybe they're hanging from the ceiling like a spider would do, and that the heroes go straight into action, because they are sort of the bait for the heroes to actually fall into the trap of the bad guys. And now we get to the key visual, which is really cool, because that whole process of getting a key visual that looked like something you could remember, but also had a lot of new great stuff in it. And of course, Tahoe surfing would be amazing. The heroes arriving again, and then some totally new bad guys, and then you would have the Matoran sort of, maybe the rebel force or whatever of the Matorans. They would be the last ones that were free, would go together with the Toa. And this is sort of the action key visual I would love to do. You have the Toa coming into the cave, you have the spiders here, and then you have the Matoran hanging from the ceiling. That could be quite dramatic. And one thing I wanna get to this point, and I think you should bring this up on the screen, because the ultimate key visual, and what could be ultimate on this reshaped island, what if the bad guy was riding on a sort of a dinosaur type creature, which was half technical parts and half organic? That was one of the dreams, that we had this sort of we had these dinos coming into play, and of course mixing up a lot of different ideas and so on. But that would really be cool, and that's what you see on this idea, that you have the hero sort of running for the power of the mask, being hunted by these new bad guys, and you have the volcano going into eruption in the background, and so everything is definitely not as it used to be on the island. So this was a small look into the pile of sketches that went into making Bionicle. It's really cool to be able to tell you and show you this, and I hope it can sort of maybe give you new ideas and inspire imagination. It's definitely something we're gonna do more, and we have so much more to show you, both when it comes to Bionicle, when it comes to Rebel Nature, when it comes to behind the scenes of virtual production and everything else that's gonna happen here at the Copenhagen Rig. So see you soon, back on the channel, and yeah, have a great creative day.